Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Wrestling POV. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with the Iceman, JoeJoe.
Hello, everybody out there in the wrestling world.
And, of course, the third wheel, Rick Serrano III.
Hey, people.
And, of course, our intern, Miguel Cole.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Sweet. Before we go straight to the news, rumors, and the injury report, I do got to announce that we are now officially affiliated with Zombie Radio Network. Rick, you know all the details, so go ahead and take it away.
Well, I'm going to take it away right now. Yes, we are now part of the Zombie Radio Network. It's not just zombies, guys. There's a lot of things. But if you do love zombies, if you do love horror movies, if you like the paranormal, if you like conspiracy theories, they got the shows for you. They have the XD Experience, the Zombie Life Podcast, ZDP Incognito, El Zombidor, and Zombie Anonymous, the 12-step program for you zombie-aholics out there. And you know what, guys? I'm going to be on that show next week. Check out our Facebook page for more information on that. And you know what? It doesn't stop there. They have a podcast called Masters of the Retroverse, where they talk about 80s and 90s movies, TV shows, toys, and pop culture. Who doesn't love the 80s and 90s?
I do.
Because if you don't, what's going on? And you know what, guys? If
That's
you
our
like
era
beer,
we grew up in.
Yeah.
and if you like beer, who doesn't like beer? If you like beer, they have a show called Man Cave Musings. It's a blue-collar beer news and ramblings of current events. It's like a man cave, but on a podcast. We have joined the family of the Zombie Radio Network Wrestling POV podcast, and you can check the rest of these shows out by typing in zombieradio.net, or you can even check them out on Facebook at Zombie Radio Network, and use the hashtag TeamZRN. Guys, thank you for having us. And we're going to make this family spread out.
That's right.
Like the zombie virus.
No zombies.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's take it away to the wrestling news around the world. Rick, take it away. All right, thanks, Rick.
Just jump right into that.
All right, guys, we're going to start this off like we always do with some birthdays. And Tony and Joe, we have a lot, so stay put.
Okay.
Here we go. We're going to start with the shortest one out of all of them. Hornswoggle turns 30 years old.
Did you say the shortest one?
Makes
That's
sense.
wrong. Oh my God.
It's facts. We're all about facts, guys.
True.
Next, we have another man turning 30 years old, the architect Seth Rollins.
Wait, how old?
30 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Sounds
That's
good.
young.
Yeah, he's still young.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's in the prime of his career, and he's on top of the mountain again.
We'll see.
We got Velvet Sky. She turns 35 years old.
Oh wow.
And you know, they've been talking about her coming to the WWE.
I've been hearing the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Out there.
yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of TNA, James Storm turns 39 years old.
Who's that?
James Storm.
Oh, James. I think you said Jill Storm.
He's like the
who's
Steve Austin knockoff.
that? Yeah.
Sorry about your damn luck. Speaking of the Ugandan giant, Kamala turns 66 years old.
Wow.
Oh, way to go, Kamala.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever wondered what you get when you mix milk, vitamins, and a little bit of steroids, you get our next birthday person. Lex Luger turns 58 years old.
Jesus, man.
He's harsh today, man. Oh, man.
You are on the roll today.
Just don't be butter. Speaking of snake-like people, Jake the Snake turned 61 years old. I am so happy for this man, how he's turned his life around.
Yeah.
Keep on living, Jake. Doing great.
Yes, he is.
The phenomenal one, AJ Styles, turns 39 years old.
What? Really?
I couldn't believe it.
Holy cow.
He looks younger because he looks like, he's so small.
Yeah.
He just looks younger.
With the soccer mom hairdo and everything.
All right, Ken, before I do the Styles Clash on you. And last but not least, I think the most important birthday of all, your very own third wheel, Rick Serrano III, turns 29 years old. Oh
Wow, 29, huh?
The last of the 20s.
The last of the 20s. You gotta
Happy
have
birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
now.
Mr. Rick, here you go. Oh, Miguel, a card? Yes, open it. Miguel, you didn't have to. Thanks, Miguel. What the hell is this, Miguel? There's a bunch of dust in there. Yes, because that's how old you are, like dust. Miguel.
You better lock him away.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
You know, and I was just about to say too, did Miguel even bother getting you anything today?
A card full of dust.
Card full of dust. Ain't that something, boy?
All right, now I'm revved up. Let's get into some wrestling news, shall we?
Well, the rumors. So, all right, there's a lot going on.
Wait, you didn't do the news yet.
What?
You didn't do the news first. Birthday. I told you for a long time.
It's this new diet that's frying my brain. Go ahead.
All
Do
right.
the news. I thought we did.
I told you it was a long time.
It was.
Wrestling
Go
news,
ahead.
here we go. The WWE has removed the 7th participant from the Money in the Bank ladder match.
What?
No word on why. So we got Dean Ambrose, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Cesaro, Y2J, and Alberto Del Rio will be the 6 participants. Please say this isn't so, man.
That's weird. I didn't hear about
I
that.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just recently released it today.
Oh, wow.
That sucks, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't like the 6 guys that are in this.
No. Well, I
Well,
kind of
Kevin
do.
Owens, but the thing is, it's not that I dislike them. It's just like we've seen them on TV so much in the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Fighting the same guys over and over again, and
Yep.
now it's like, okay, one of these guys is going to be holding a briefcase that could get him a WWE World Heavyweight title shot.
True. That is true. But I don't know. I honestly don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that 7-person. I mean, is that 7-person really going to make a difference?
I mean, if you would have brought up somebody from NXT or something,
Maybe that's what they're waiting for.
Well, as of right now, we're down to 6.
Wow.
Well, moving on, we have the New Day has
Oh, boy.
broken the longest combined reign as the
Jesus.
WWE World
You gotta
Tag
cut it out.
T.
Champions at
Stop it.
332 days. They broke the record of Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
Really?
Really? Exactly.
Wow. Wow. Even Maurice Trainer.
First of all, how did Paul London and Brian Kendrick have this record?
I have no idea.
I don't even remember
I don't even remember that. Yeah, that's what's sad. Is that
Well, just remember, this is combined.
okay?
Oh, so like,
So
you
for
know,
over all their tag team titles ran. But just listen, New Day's only had the title twice, and they've broke the record already.
Wow. All right, it's time. I think it's time for them to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, if you guys saw Third is the Word on our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast, I talked about this. The Northeast Wrestling Under the Stars, has announced that on August 27th, Cody Rhodes will face Kurt Angle.
What?
yeah.
Really?
When's that happening again, Rick? I forgot.
August 27th.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is under contract until like August 20-something. So once that's done, he will be fighting Kurt Angle.
I think August 21st is his contract's up. Well, not contract, but the whole 90-day no wrestle thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's August 21st or August 19th, I think. One or the other. One of those two. Doesn't matter. But, all right, what else you got?
We got Jimmy Snuka, you guys were right, was found not fit to stand trial by a judge this past week. The judge was convinced he was not faking,
Really?
but I don't know how much I believe. I don't know how much I believe that, because this is what Snuka's wife and his defense attorney said. They said that he couldn't find his car in a parking lot, and he would randomly cook chicken at 2 o'clock in the morning. That sounds like a good night to me. Like, if you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning making chicken, that's not dementia. That's just like a good night.
He's hungry.
Exactly. And Tony, you've never lost your car in a parking lot?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's difficult, man. It's a sea of cars.
yeah, but that's why they got the letters out there now. So wherever you park, you got to look at the letter.
Yeah. I also heard that they're going to reevaluate him in 3 months.
Really?
Yeah. So he's not gonna. It's not over yet.
Okay,
like
well,
in December or something like that.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell this story at a later time though, but I'm gonna tell you right now that Jimmy Snuka himself honestly, he, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, in my point of view, he isn't competent to stand trial. And I'm going to tell you why later on down the road. If I tell you the story, it's going to take up about a half an hour. It's the funniest story that you will probably ever hear in your entire life. And that's why I seriously believe that, he's not competent to stand trial. He really isn't. All I got to say is that there was a show that I did. He was there in the locker room. There was some things that had happened in the back locker room, and I'm looking at this man like, I idolized you when I was a kid. Look at you now. What are you doing? But anyway, like I said, that's a long story in itself that I will tell later on. But it's I'm telling you right now, in my point of view, is that no, he can't stand trial. I'm sorry.
I thought you were going to say that Rowdy Piper incident.
You know what? It might have.
It could have been.
It could have been, because I'm telling you right now, we're talking, my daughter's 19. We're talking about 17 years ago that this happened.
Yeah.
And he was still, he wasn't jacked, but he was still fit.
Oh, yeah.
He was still doing out there, going out there wrestling and stuff like that. It's just this little incident that happened in the locker room. It's forever going to be embedded in my head, So that's why when you talk about this, I'm like, you know what? I believe it. He's not competent to stand trial. He's not. So,
all right, you heard it here first from Tony Diaz. All right, guys, the hashtag hatch has been revealed. What it was, it turns out to be Bill Goldberg promoting the 2K17 wrestling game.
Yes.
Did you guys notice something in that commercial?
No.
Yeah,
when he was driving in the car, the police car, the reflection, there was a sign that said Suplex City.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to be really quick to catch it.
Really? I didn't know. I didn't catch that. I just saw that. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Bill Goldberg. Okay.
It sounds like they're secretly teasing Goldberg.
Goldberg versus Lesnar?
Yeah.
Part 2, because part 1 was terrible.
Garbage. So why would they try to revive it now?
Because I'm excited as I was the first time.
Oh, Jesus.
All you need to hear is and I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah, but I want him to fall again too. Do you guys remember that?
Which I do remember.
Goldberg, when he came out, he slipped and fell. He tried doing that kick.
Yeah.
Busted his ass.
Yeah, I remember that. And there was one time the pyros almost blew up in his face.
Yes. Oh, that could have been Gilbert.
No, it was Goldberg.
Gilbert was my favorite. So.
Gilbert.
And my last bit of news here, the match everyone is talking about at New Japan Pro Wrestling between Ricochet and Will Ospreay. OM. What do you guys think? Did you guys watch that match yet?
Yes. And I'm telling you, it's Prince Puma. He was originally Prince Puma from Lucha Underground, and I was amazed with it. Did you see it, Joe?
No.
You didn't see it? Oh boy. It was nonstop action. That's all I got to say. But at the same time, Vader had an issue with it, saying that that's not really storytelling in the ring and all this other stuff. And I enjoyed it. I always liked Ricochet anyway. When I saw him in Lucha Underground as Prince Puma, he was unbelievable, man. He can take a pound. He can take a beating. And he can dish it out. And not only that, he's very athletic, and the somersaults he does, it's just crazy. But the match that he had with that guy, it was something else. It was. I enjoyed it though. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of wrestlers were just like trashing it, like Vader and stuff like that. And I mean, I understand. They're from the old school mindset where you just beat them down, you tell your story. But with this, it was unbelievable. I mean, it wasn't just like a gymnastics routine. It was. They had their moments, and maybe they could have sold a little bit more. But the way they did these things, I would rather watch 3 hours of that than the 3 hours we watched last week. Last week. And we'll get into that. Yeah,
we're definitely going to get into that in a few minutes. It's not good, man. It's not good at all. So, all right, is that all you got, Rick?
That's all I got.
All righty, now it's time to go to the rumors. Boy, I am on a roll today, man. Jesus. So, all right, there's a lot of rumors going around regarding that brand split. One is basically about the broadcast team. The company is still planning on having a double announced team during pay-per-view events. So I'm assuming it's going to be SmackDown and Raw at these pay-per-views. That's what all I'm assuming. As of now, it's JBL, Michael Cole, and Brian Saxton. They will remain on Raw, and Mauro Ranallo and Jerry Lawler will remain on SmackDown. Now, with that being said, there was a tweet from Corey Graves. Did you guys see it?
No.
You didn't see it? And, this is what he tweeted. It stated, "One of these days, Mauro, you will realize that I'm a genius. How does Tuesday sound?" So basically, he might be joining the team on Tuesday, which I don't got a problem with that. He's actually pretty good as an announcer, as a commentator, commentating on the matches and stuff like that. So I don't got a problem with that at all. That'd be a good team right there.
Yeah.
It really would. But I think as long as Mauro stays the way he is, he reminds me of an old school Jim Ross.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I like the heel from Jerry, and with Corey Graves in it, he can be kind of like the middle guy, I guess. Yeah.
Doesn't he kind of play like a heel on NXT?
Yeah. He's like almost like a heel commentator on NXT.
Yeah.
But I'm talking, as far if they bring him onto SmackDown, yeah, he can be like an in betweener type dude. You know,
so he's kind of grayish.
Yeah, kind of grayish. So, all right. So now, oh boy, you guys got to tell me how you guys feel about this. Okay, I heard about this and I was just like, I want it to happen, but then again, I'm like, oh, if this gets out, the treatment this person is going to get, and this is what I felt. It's a rumor. There's going to be another big push. I'll give you guys a hint. It's on the women's division. Who do you think it is? The women's division.
It's Becky Lynch.
Nope. Right?
Well, I know it's not Sasha because Vince is not too high on her now.
Well, Vince is saying she's injury prone.
Yeah.
He was quoted saying that. So I don't
Who
know.
is it?
Naomi?
Yeah. No, it is going to be Dana Brooks. Now listen to this though. They called it the Roman Reigns push.
Oh, geez.
So what does that tell you? But see, my thing is, like, with them saying it like that, it's not gonna be good. You look what they're doing with Roman Reigns right now, and it was said back then. All the rumor mill and stuff like that about Roman, that he was going to get this major push, and Vince wants him to get pushed, and look at how they treat him now. And then now with this rumor going around about Dana Brooke, they're going to treat her the same way. But she's a heel, so it might work to her advantage. I don't know. I have no idea. So apparently Vince is really high on Dana, and according to rumors, according to plans, is that for Dana to get over with Charlotte, but eventually they'll split when the time is right to create a big program that will establish Dana as a major player in the women's division. So I like Dana. I'm really jumping on the bandwagon with her. She's got the look, she's got the attitude, and she can wrestle. My thing is, I think it's just too early for a push for her. If they're planning on doing a push for her, it's way too early.
Especially when you have people like Bayley,
exactly.
Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch,
exactly.
all waiting.
And you forgot your girl Paige too. So.
She's too busy apparently.
Getting tattoos of Poppy. What the hell is up with that? So, all right, the last one I got, and you guys can chime in whenever you feel like. Rumor has it that Victor from the Ascension, he'll undergo a character change.
Yeah.
So he will be introduced as the demonic Victor. And the character, the thing is, the character could easily transform back into the Ascension once Connor returns from his suspension. So I'm thinking maybe, if you remember them from NXT, Victor used to have the all black contact, and he really looked like he did look demonic. Since they went to the main roster, he did away with it and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know what the transformation is. I mean, all I know is they're going to put the demonic Victor in front of it. And, yeah, it can go straight into whenever Condor comes back, they can transform it into the Ascension again, like a newer version of it.
Victor's the bigger one, right?
No, the smaller one.
Oh.
Connor's the one that got suspended for the drugs.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I like it. I I think it'll be good for him. I always liked the Ascension, so I
did too. And my issue with that is that they just misused him.
Yeah, they got buried quick.
And you know what I think, and this is just me personally, my point of view, is that when the Ascension first came out, you know, they were dominating, and you know, it's not their fault because I'm sure they were told to say that they were better than Legion of Doom and all these other guys, and they got a lot of heat for that, and not just from the fans, you know, because to me, honestly, that's good heat. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like a lot of the older wrestlers, like JBL and them guys, were offended. And it's like, you know what? Hold on. It's not their fault. They were told to say that. Right. And remember that one segment when they all came in and they jumped the Ascension and then JBL came out from the commentary table and clothesline? Yeah. That was stiff. I'm sorry. And it looked like he really meant to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they buried them really quick.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then because after that, where have they gone?
Nowhere.
They've never gotten a title shot.
It's like you don't even hear about them anymore.
Yeah.
Even when they're both there, I mean, before the suspension, you didn't hear about them.
No. So, I mean, it's just a shame. But I don't know. Let's just hope for the best for Victor, and who knows? Maybe this gimmick could work. But then again, you know, we do got Finn Balor coming up as that demon gimmick. So there's going to be too many demons going around. You know what I'm saying? And Victor won't fit in with Finn Balor. I'm sorry.
It's not the biggest demon of all, Kane.
Well, from the news last week from Rick, he's running for political office. So who knows what we'll see. We'll see the political Kane.
He might come back. It's political.
He might.
He was corporate Kane. Now he's political Kane.
He'll be political Kane. There you go. Now in the game, we'll have 3 different versions of it. So all right. So that's all I got for the rumors. Injury report. What do you got there, JoJo?
Well, there's nothing really to report on the injury. I mean, everybody. The only injury that's out there is Bray Wyatt, and from what I heard, he's supposed to be back within a week or two. So
nice.
So. That's it. You know, no new injury, which is a good thing. So.
Yeah. Jeez, you know, for a while, man, it was getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was getting ridiculous. So. All right. So if anybody out there has any questions, any comments, or ideas for the show, don't be shy. Go to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast and submit your questions there. Go to Twitter. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Instagram. And you can listen to the show for free on iTunes and on YouTube. And you know what? It's my fault. I totally forgot about this. Android users, you can go on Podbean and catch our show there under Wrestling POV Podcast. So if you are an Android user, go on to Podbean. You can catch our show there. So we're going to go on a commercial break. And then when we come back, it is the debut of the Brain Freeze Factoid with JoJo, the Iceman himself. We'll be right back.
Cavalry Contracting is locally owned family business that takes pride in working on a higher standard, specializing in kitchen and bathroom remodeling. Check us out before you plan your next home or office project. For more information about our services, log on to calvaryserves.com. You can also like us on Facebook at Calvary Contracting. Give us a call at 518-669-6583. That's 518-669-6583. How can we serve you?
All right, and we're back. It is the debut, the very first episode of the Brain Freeze Factoid with our very own Iceman JoJo. Take it away.
Yes. All right. So, since being my first one here, I am going to do a tribute to my favorite wrestler.
Okay.
The Ultimate Warrior.
You sounded just like him.
So, here we go. Almost everyone knows that Jim Hellwig, a.k.a. The Ultimate Warrior, and Steve Borden, a.k.a. Sting, started their wrestling careers together as the Blade Runners.
Yes.
Okay? But before the Blade Runners name became popular, they were known as the Freedom Fighters. Okay? Now, the Freedom Fighters had a manager. So the brain freeze question of the week is, what is the name of the manager that guided them?
I would say, Rick, do you have an idea?
Jesus Christ. That's my guess.
Wow.
Well, my hint is this manager was once managed a lot of high-profile wrestlers in the WWE.
Can I get 2 guesses or 1?
Mr. Rick, put down your phone.
He was cheating. Miguel busted you. Okay, can I get two guesses or just one guess?
One guess.
One guess. I'm gonna go with Paul Ellering.
No.
Really?
All right. Here's your bonus question.
Okay, so that one you can say for the fans. If they know the answer, they can submit that on Facebook. So,
okay.
All right. So, bonus question. Go ahead.
Bonus question. Now, if you get the name of the manager of, it's the same guy.
Okay.
If you get the name of the manager who managed the Freedom Fighters, I want the name of the manager he was when he was in the WWE. Okay, and he was a current manager. I'll give you that hint.
Paul Ellering?
Nope.
No, I said that. I meant I'm thinking of that. Paul Heyman.
No.
What?
That's your two guesses.
No, because it's the bonus question. The bonus question, you still get another guess.
Rick, you got any clue?
Dude, man, if I try to think any harder, my brain's gonna freeze. Legitimately, that is a tough question.
That is one.
On that.
Wow.
So
my only guess from back in the day would have been Paul Ellering.
Yeah, well, there's some other ones out there.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, but wow.
I'll tell you what, this guy's been around for a while, so.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so yeah, just save it. If anybody out there knows the answer, submit it to Facebook.
That's right. Go on our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast. Submit your answer, and then I'll give you a shout out next week if you guys got it right.
There you go. So, all right, good one, man. Got me stumped. Had me stumped.
Maybe Miguel knows it. Did Miguel know it?
I think Miguel was looking on the phone too.
Oh yeah, I see.
Miguel, you told me not to cheat. I'm sorry, Mr.
He's cheating. Now he's acting like he's taking a selfie. All right, that was good. I really enjoyed that. All right, so let's go straight on to Raw notes. I have a lot of issues, man. I have a drink with me too and everything. That's how mad I am with this episode, man. All right, but before we begin, I have to say about what Raw did. I really love the silent bell salute to our soldiers who died to protect our country. It was very nicely done. I really liked that.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. Really nice. It was really well done. And Vince is so patriotic. I wouldn't have expected anything less, So, all right. So starting off Raw, we have Stephanie and Shane in the ring. Steph trying to do a cheap pop. Why? Don't know. I mean, now they're discussing about the SmackDown that's going to be live on July 19th. That's on a Tuesday. So, but nothing else on the whole brand split. Nothing of that. Didn't mention anything about a draft. It's really nothing. It was a waste of time.
And now they're arguing they're kind of arguing over who's gonna host SmackDown. Really? All this crap about Monday Night Raw, now you're arguing over who's gonna host SmackDown?
Yeah, which never was a concern before.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? And then now it is? Come on, man. But anywho, the New Day started. They came down and they're talking and they're asking them about it. And Shane and Steph talked their way around it. There was. Man, there's so much I have that I'm like...
I just didn't understand. Why did this segment happen?
I have no idea.
I just don't understand.
It was such a waste. I mean, how long did that segment go? Like 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it had...
15 minutes.
I just didn't understand it.
And then the worst, the dance-off.
What the hell is that, man? I like to look at myself as a good dancer. What the hell was Shane doing? Did Shane break his freaking neck or something?
Holy
he could not move his neck. What the hell was that?
No, it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Oh my Lord. And then the ultimate when they was trying to bring Stephanie in.
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't do it. Please don't. Oh man, it was just terrible. Oh my Lord. But anywho, the vaudevillains interrupted. Out of all people, the vaudevillains?
Yeah.
Really? They're still trying to get themselves established? Why?
But you know what's bothering me about that? That they can't get the editing down or whatever. I know it's a live show. They can't get that the Titantron be black and white off the bat.
Yeah,
so you see
I
it
noticed.
in color. Then it goes away and it comes back black and white. Why can't you just get it in black and white? Why you can edit the video to be black and white?
Now, was that the same way in NXT too?
I don't even remember.
I gotta check and see because they might have done it that way too in NXT. So, but no, you're right. They could, just that first part is in color and then the rest is black and white. Really. But anyway, they came out. I don't even know whether to thank God that they came out or to kept on being disappointed that they were there.
This is a punishment because what they gave us in the next segment was the worst thing with the match when they had New Day versus the Vaudevillains.
So yeah. So
Again.
Huh?
Again,
yeah. But they oh my God, it was nothing great. I mean, the match was okay, but it was nothing great. I mean, geez. I mean, the only thing I'm glad that happened was the end of the match when the club came out and interfered.
That was
but my issue. I'm glad it happened. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad it happened, but the Vaudevillains look like punks, and they walk.
Yes.
Did they? I mean,
take our title shot, guys.
Exactly. Yeah, go ahead. Here. Oh, stop it.
Yeah, we beat up Big E for you. We're leaving now.
We're not ready. We're not ready. I mean, come on, man. They just really punked out.
They did.
And you know what? With the club. Guys, you won 3 matches out of your 11 matches,
and lost.
You're going to be in the title picture.
But not only that, they lost. Well, no, they won at the pay-per-view at NXT.
Yeah.
So. Not NXT at Extreme Rules, but so that qualifies them. You didn't know that? Jesus. But that was the only thing that, to me, it was even worth it. Was the fact that the club came out, but then even still, that it just didn't make sense. That whole segment did not make sense. Why? Why did they do that to us? It wasted literally what? The whole thing was
30 minutes, probably.
Was it 30 minutes?
I don't know. It was
30 minutes.
Was it?
Yeah. And then the thing is, afterwards they go out to Renee Young, and their thing is, we have arrived. We come to put the WWE on notice. You arrived 6 weeks ago. You lost a bunch of times. You were out. You're gonna start kicking butt. Erased from our minds. So we gotta forget that Shane lost at WrestleMania. And we gotta forget that the club debuted 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. Joe, help me out here.
I don't understand.
Help me understand this, Joe.
I don't.
I mean, Jesus, man. Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now. Without even going over the rest of the show of Raw, this was the worst Raw I've ever seen. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was right up there for me. But 2 things. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of things I liked, but to me, this was probably the worst show.
Yeah. You guys know that Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals was on.
Yes.
And I found myself pulling out my iPad and I'm like, forget Raw, because this is way more interesting than this. This was, I would say, the first 2 hours was the absolute worst of all time. And they gave us about 15 minutes to be like, oh my goodness, wow, this is pretty good. And then back to crap.
Right back to crap, exactly. But, oh man, I'm just, but us as professional journalists, we have to continue with this monstrosity they called Raw.
Speaking of crap, Apollo Crews doing push-ups.
Oh my God!
And he says to the Big Show, "What? You got a problem with You know it's garbage when the Big Show is there to give advice."
Yes, exactly. It was too funny because he looked like a little kid. What you want to do? Come on, man. Put them up. Put up your dukes. Put them up your dudes.
I think he only comes up to Big Show's chest area, and that's it.
If that.
Yeah.
And then who's Big Show to give advice? Oh, Sheamus is a bully.
Yeah, that was his advice.
Because he thinks you will back down.
Yeah.
No, Sheamus is not there because he's promoting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
My goodness. Oh my God. This was definitely not a good way to start Raw. And it just got even worse with the Usos versus Fandango and Tyler Breeze with Golden Truth ringside. This was a very quick match. The Usos won. Fandango and Breeze approached Truth and Goldust, and they just started duking it out. I don't know what else. I mean, where are they going with this?
You know what's crazy? Like, the commentary team is like, oh, it's not working for you, Golden Truth. You guys lost your first 2 matches.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The club who lost 8 out of 11 matches is about to fight for the title. So you can't tell me first 2 matches, this is not going to work. Really? Come on, JBL, you gotta be smarter than that.
It was just bad, man. Bad. Joe, did you enjoy this match?
No.
You're awfully quiet.
I think I was falling asleep during this time. I'm sorry.
But, I mean, seriously, where are they going with this? This has been going on for way too long with the same 4 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's enough already.
And you put the Usos in this match?
Yes.
Super kicks and a roll-up. That's all that's in this match.
But you know what, though? What's sad? It got worse.
Yes.
The show got worse. After this segment with Golden Truth and Fandango and Breeze, I was like, you know what? Can't get any worse than this.
Yeah.
I was freaking wrong.
And you know, right, like with this, up to that point, they went on 5 commercials in the first hour. So I'm like, okay, so everything's going to get picked up now. They're going to have longer segments because they did their 5 commercials in the first hour. So this things to come is going to pick up.
Yeah.
And
nothing.
Roman Reigns comes out.
It went. And you know what? I feel like Roman Reigns' defense lawyer every week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, I'm always defending the guy. You know, I mean, I'm not a big fan, but I'm trying to defend the guy as far as, you know, give the brother a chance.
Yo, Tony, you're not a big fan. You're not a small fan.
I am the fan.
That's what I am right now.
But you know what I'm saying? Please. It was another monstrosity of a promo from Roman Reigns. Yeah. I mean, man, oh my goodness.
Did you see the part where he's like, how can Rollins call himself the man when I'm the guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
And then he went on to say, I'm a good guy, I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah, and then he said that line again.
It is so boring.
Oh my God. It's like, oh my Lord, dude, come on, man. You gotta just stop already. And he was talking about Rollins selling out. And that as long as he holds the belt, that he is the guy. So, I mean, what happens? Rollins' music hits. He comes out and just teases going into the ring. How many times did he do this?
I know, but I thought that was hilarious.
Really?
Especially when you keep running all the way back down. I just thought that was great.
Did you guys notice he was limping a little bit?
I noticed that, and you know what? Mimi Goody mentioned that too. And I didn't notice it until she pointed that out. Yeah, like coming down the ramp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially coming down the ramp. But she also said, because she's a surgical tech, she knows a little bit about all this stuff, that happens normally when you have, you know, like an ACL tear and stuff like that. Yeah, so it could be that. Or it could be just he was hurting. You know, I don't know. But, yeah, I did notice that. But, I mean, now the problem I have with this is because of what happened later on Raw, which I will go over, and then you guys know what I'm talking about. But that was just so ridiculous, man. I mean, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And, you know, now this is the heavyweight title. Why did they have this bull-esque freaking segment? Why? Why? Somebody tell me, man. This is ridiculous.
To hype it up, I guess.
It went nowhere. It went nowhere. They didn't duke it out. They did nothing.
Rollins didn't say anything.
Rollins didn't say diddly squat.
What is going on?
What is happening? This is the world heavyweight title. And they did nothing. Nothing. Not even them fighting for like a hot 5 seconds and then everybody breaks it up. They didn't even do that. Why? This was, oh my, man, shoot. I'm getting a petition ready. This was just crazy. This was the title, the heavyweight title. The heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dang it. I just slammed my pen and that hurt my ear. All right, so now. All right, with that being said, we go. No, this was another. No, it doesn't. It got worse. It got worse. Yes, people, if you did not watch Raw, and this is your first time listening to this show about Raw because you missed it and you want to hear it on this #1 podcast, I'm telling you right now, this is the worst Raw I've ever heard. I've ever heard. I can't even talk right now. This is how frustrated I am. 4 damn pages I have on Raw that I was so disappointed in. This is crazy. And it got worse with Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Why in the hell did Zack Ryder is now the #1 contender for the U.S. title? Why? He was just #1 contender last week for the Intercontinental title. Now he keeps mentioning about the damn WrestleMania moment that happened 3 months ago. Why Ryder?
Get over it, Ryder, please.
He got pounded on by Rusev. He did nothing. Nothing happened to him. He did more on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then now they got... Come on!
And even, you know that Raw is bad when Lana loses her act.
Yes, I saw that. That was all over the internet, too. I saw parts of that.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
This is not a good Raw. Especially leading on to Money in the Bank. Somebody help me.
And then what makes it even better? So Rusev destroys Zack Ryder, and who comes out? Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil, who everybody knows he's not going to
win. Just building up for SummerSlam.
Building up for what?
I don't know.
There's nothing going to happen out of this. Nothing at all.
No.
Nothing at all. Zack Ryder took the accolade just like Kalisto did.
Oh, man. He got stretched back.
You know what? I do got a positive thing. I took my hat off. I'm sweating. This is crazy. The only thing that I liked about what happened with Titus O'Neil is that shot that he gave to Rusev.
Yo, he pushed the taste out of his mouth, man.
Wasn't that was the only thing I liked about it. That was it.
Yo,
that was it.
That was tough right there.
It was beyond tough. Oh my Lord. Oh my God. This is crazy. And then it gets even worse. My girl, Charlotte, who is supposed to be the biggest heel right now, okay? Look what she did to her own father last week on Raw. She got booed to hell just to get punked by Stephanie.
Stephanie McMahon. She just slapped Ric Flair 2 weeks ago.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my point. She just slapped the crap out of him 2 weeks ago.
It's so confusing, right? And then
now,
now she's dissing Charlotte. It's like, well, you were just. I don't understand.
I'm gonna be a letter writer.
What side you on here?
How can she say you're an embarrassment to women's wrestling? You're an embarrassment to wrestling. Oh my God! Like,
what was happening with this show, man?
Yeah,
what was going on?
So what do we need to forget? We need to forget that Shane
danced.
Yeah.
We gotta forget about Stephanie McMahon being mad to her family.
Yeah.
Being a hypocrite.
Yep.
And it's just bad.
I just did not understand this Raw. I don't know. I don't understand it. I mean, do they realize or do they even go back and say to themselves, wait a minute, Steph can't do that. She just slapped the crap out of Rick a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, do they? What the hell's going on? This ain't good. This ain't good.
Been somebody else, not Stephanie, but somebody else.
But not only that. Okay, granted, Stephanie said that. Okay, fine. But they should have had Charlotte say something back to her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of her being a little punk and walk with her tail between her legs.
Yeah.
You know, she could have easily said, listen, hey, right now, I am the women's heavyweight champion. Deal with it. Right. And walked off. Or something.
Yep.
Something.
Or,
she was afraid.
Instead of having like a baby face or somebody saying you should be embarrassed or whatever, because honestly, everybody was sick of Ric Flair anyway. They should have had another heel come up to her and be like, wow, how can I be like you? Or how could you do something like that? That was crazy. Blah,
Dana
blah.
Brooke should have did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, man.
Oh my Lord. And oh my Lord. Jeez. But you know what? You know what gets me really upset too? Oh my Lord. The commentary during that segment. Now, JBL, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton. Okay, that's the team for Raw. Now, JBL, he is the what? The heel of the team, right? Mm-hmm. Did you hear what he was saying about it?
What?
About that whole...
I forgot.
Oh, my God. If you're a heel commentator, stay that way. He was like, it's embarrassing. She's an embarrassment. So I'm talking about Charlotte.
Wow.
Yeah. If you're a heel, stay a heel.
Right. It's like, what bandwagon are you jumping on now?
You know, the thing of it is, that would have gotten him so over as a heel commentator if he would have just sided with Charlotte instead of Stephanie.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
He should have just took a page out of Ron Simmons' book and just said, "Damn." That's it. That's all he has to say.
Yes, but I mean, he was siding with Stephanie.
Yeah.
He was saying, yeah,
He's getting his brownie points in.
But still, you know, now Stephanie's supposed to be a face, a baby face, but then you got JBL as a heel commentator. Now he's baby. Come on, it doesn't make sense, man. I'm telling you, I'm going to be a letter writer. Now it turned up a little bit, just a little bit, Rick, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I don't know.
It did, just a little bit, just a little bit.
If you're talking about Enzo and Cass,
Yes, I am.
boys, no, Tony.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I just
They still got a good pop.
Oh,
come on now.
They got a huge pop.
They had a huge pop.
And the promos that Enzo's does is out of this world.
They are.
Absolutely, yes.
They are.
Enzo is the man. But can I say this? I hope for the draft they split up Enzo and Big Cass.
I heard that rumor too.
Well,
I
remember,
hope they do that.
but you got to remember too. I did mention before that they want to give Enzo or Big Cass that big push.
I think personally, I think it's too early for them to split up.
I do too.
I mean, they're on a roll right now as a tag team, and they work together good with the promos. But I would hate to see them split up.
And it does seem like Big Cass works better when Enzo was there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're still a little green, but you know, they need to get that working together under their belt, and then split them up. But I don't think it'd be a good act. I mean, if they were
split up, no.
I see Enzo doing a good run by himself. He could go for the U.S. title, stuff like that. Imagine if you split up New Day with Xavier Woods versus Enzo. How good would that match be?
I agree with you on that. And we talked about it last week, too, about Xavier Woods going on a singles run.
Yeah.
But as a heel.
Yeah,
as a heel.
And with Enzo as a face.
Exactly.
That would be such a great rivalry.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
This match, however, and so now what's going to happen?
The Dudleys again.
Enzo's just going to take all the falls, and then Big Cass is going to come in, destroy everybody.
Yeah.
Sloppy as all hell. Couldn't even do the rocket launcher right. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I saw it. It looked like he just jumped off.
Yeah.
Enzo just jumped.
Yeah.
But he made it like he threw him off.
Yeah.
Big Cass, man, he's falling off that ladder for me, man.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest, funniest moment with Enzo was the whole muscles marinara.
Oh my god! I don't know where he comes up with this stuff.
I don't know. It was hysterical. The muscles marinara. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm on the floor laughing.
But besides the match being so sloppy, though, why against the Dudleys again? Why against the Dudleys?
Against the Blood Villains?
Or somebody, man. This is like the 10th time they fought. You know, Jesus. You know, I mean, and then Michael Cole. Again with the commentary. Did you hear what he said? No. After they won? He goes, "This is a huge victory for Enzo and Cass." Seriously?
They already beat him 3 times.
Bro. Don't get me saying bro. I don't even like saying bro anymore. Rick knows why. I heard that stupid podcast from Vince Russo's garbage. All he says is bro. Every other word, bro. Bro? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Bro, really? Bro. It's like, I don't even like that word no more. I don't even text it anymore. What's up, bro? No. All right, so now things got better. Mm-hmm. Things did get better. What happened, Rick?
Yeah, they definitely got better with the Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose, and Cesaro backstage promo.
Oh, you know what? Skip. I have that here. Where did it go? Did I have it?
I forgot to write it in my notes. So.
Oh, you know what? Yes, I do. I did have it. My bad. I jumped the gun. The funniest, though, was when Dean Ambrose said, "Yeah, you can't trust them Canadians."
I know.
Come on, Rick. You can't tell me that was not funny. That was hysterical.
As a professional joke teller, you gotta have your audience on edge. Like, where are they going with the joke? as soon as he said about Canadians, I was like, well, they're going to talk about Sami Zayn and they're going to laugh about it. And Cesaro, he stumbles on his words.
He does.
He got to stop talking.
He looked confused.
Yes, so confused.
Yeah.
Come on, bring Oksana back or whatever so she can talk for him.
Oh, yes. I liked her too. She was good.
Yeah,
so, but anyway, but that was to me that was just a funny moment when Dean said that, and because he was actually referring to Jericho, and not realizing that Sami Zayn is Canadian. Well, and Kevin Owens too. Kevin Owens Canadian too, and not realizing that Sami Zayn was Canadian.
Well, I am Canadian, right?
He's like, dude, you know I'm Canadian, right? So that was a funny moment. That was actually the only funny moment I ever seen Dean actually accomplish and do. That was funny. Yeah. So now the next part of Raw, which to me, I was kind of shocked by it, I guess. But you know what? It was the best part of the night to me. Now it was the John Cena. He comes out. This is a nice promo. I thought he would get booed more, but he didn't.
No,
he really didn't.
It's hard to get booed when you're just talking about USA, USA, USA. I mean, the fans got to be smarter than that. He's obviously trying to get you to be on his side.
Yeah, of course. And, when AJ's music hit, I was like, okay, all right, that's why he did all that, and, AJ's still a face. It went on for, a couple minutes, the whole AJ Styles, John Cena.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
That went on for 5 minutes.
Did it really? It went on that long?
Well, it was like 4 minutes total. But let's go AJ, let's go Cena.
Yes.
4 minutes of that.
Wow.
Let the fans talk, but not for 4 minutes.
Well, I think they were trying to soak it in, I guess. Yeah. And it looked like John Cena was telling AJ Styles that, too. Because if you look at AJ, he kept grabbing the mic a few times, and John Cena kept talking, and I'm pretty sure he was like, hey, let him keep going. He was probably soaking that in anyway. So when he came out, it was in... Now, I wasn't sure about this because, of AJ's losing record at first. And I'll tell you why, okay? Yep. He doesn't have a good track record right now. He's lost almost every major pay-per-view. 3 pay-per-views?
Is he 0 for 3?
Yeah.
He's WrestleMania.
0 for 3.
Yeah.
In the major pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Major pay-per-views.
Right.
Well, pay-per-views, period.
Yeah.
So him going into this, I was like, as much as I would like to see this, I don't want to see it. Because it's going to be at the pay-per-view that Cena was going to win. Exactly. So I was kind of like, not really. I wasn't feeling it, so to speak. So, with him, I don't know. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a face-to-face match. Babyface versus babyface. But, the pop was just way too long. They could have cut that a little bit. AJ, stating that he respects Cena, and, he welcomed him back. While that happened, Gallows and Anderson's music hit. They walk out. They start talking trash. And it did look like at first that it was going to be Anderson and Gallows versus Cena and AJ.
Right.
Which I would have been fine with.
I would have been fine with it too, exactly. And, the crowd got hyped for it. And AJ all of a sudden attacked Cena. Beat the piss out of him.
Yeah.
With Anderson and Gallows. So that little 1 week of separation didn't last long.
Now, why did they not do this last week?
Yes.
When AJ Styles was fighting to get in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
That is true.
You said, screw the title. We're going to lose.
Yeah.
You're going to lose clean to Kevin Owens, and then we're going to have you jump John Cena.
Exactly. So now, I mean, obviously, and then they kept going back again with this. I mean, I had nothing against it, but he kept doing the same thing that Rollins was doing.
Kept going back
and forth, except for AJ was actually doing it.
Yeah.
So what was going on with with Raw? Who was in charge of this Raw today? That's today again.
Obviously,
huh?
The same right.
It had to have been, but that's why I said, like earlier on in the show, I said, "Wow, watch! I'm gonna have something to say about this too later on." Yeah. And this was it. You got one major heel in Seth Rollins that you tease him not going into the ring, and then you just do it with AJ and say, "No, go ahead. This time you go.
You do.
Ooh, we good."
I'm a genius.
Oh my God, see how smart I am. What is going on?
And I read something. I forgot to mention this. I read something that they're going to keep Rollins and Reigns on Raw, and Cena and AJ is going to be the major heel on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean,
mean, you have to now.
I mean, it just means we're not going to see AJ on Raw because they're going to keep it separate. Yeah. Like, straight up, like, you will never see them on Raw.
I hope so. I mean, that's what I really want to see.
Really? Really? You're really game for that?
Yeah, I don't want to see him back and forth, because then you get confused, you know?
No. I'm saying, like with AJ and Cena strictly on SmackDown, and that you'll never see them on Raw.
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Really?
I think, and especially with the commentary team, that alone is going to make their matches way better. That is true.
And on the pay-per-views, they will be calling it.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
So it's going to be better for them to be on SmackDown. And SmackDown's going to be way better than what it is now.
Yeah. So, all right, so now going back to that, earlier when I was saying about, I was a little worried about AJ getting into this with Cena because it's a face versus face, and more than likely, like 100% likely, he would lose. But now that whole dynamic changed now that he's a heel. So now it could, it might work for him. It's a good setup, I think.
I mean, when I used to watch AJ in TNA, I thought he always played a better part as a heel.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was just a lot more aggressive. He went after things, and I think he's going to be a better character as a heel.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, though, with this in particular, with Cena, yes, it's definitely he's better off as a heel against Cena. And I can see him beating Cena as a heel.
I hope so.
Especially now he's got Anderson and Gallows back, too.
Well, you know how he talked about that push, the AJ, and the rumor, so maybe maybe this is the push he's going to get.
It could be. It could very well be. So, but to me, I think this was like the perfect setup for it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like now the little video packages that they're gonna have, it'll be intense. I like it. Yeah. I like it. This was the only good moment on Raw. Now, the women's match, Natty versus Dana Brooke. Now, it was a decent match. Okay, I'm really impressed with Dana Brooke. I really am. I'm like. First is Charlotte for me, and second is Dana Brooke. She's still green though, but I like her because she's not afraid to try new things.
Mm-hmm. All right, so fans who are listening, whenever Tony has somebody that he likes who wins a match, it was a pretty good match.
No, I would have said it sucked if it was bad.
That was a Dana Brooke squash match where Natalya, who was just fighting for the title, gets squashed.
And that's what I got in my notes, but it looks like the push for Natty is over.
Done.
It lasted a hot month. That was it.
Yeah. And then what gets me, Becky Lynch runs out, and then Charlotte and Dana Brooke leave. Well, wait. Dana Brooke, you just beat Becky Lynch twice.
Exactly.
Why are you running? They just destroyed Natalya. Why am I running from Becky Lynch?
Yeah, but I think also it's going to be set up, too, as a tag match, Becky and Natty versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. Yeah. That's how I see it.
And I said weeks ago.
Now, let me tell you something. Dana Brooke's Michinoku driver, come on, tell me that wasn't impressive.
Yeah.
I like how she does it.
Yeah. I got that in my notes.
It was similar to when Emma was doing it, not 2 weeks ago.
That's right. I forgot.
So they said, you know what they said? They said, listen, Emma and Becky, you guys had a story going. She got hurt, so you're going to just take her boot set. You're going to do everything.
That's wrong, man. That's wrong.
Come on, man. Be creative.
I agree. I agree. But again, the match wasn't that bad. And I like how, with Dana, she is still green. So she does have a lot of work to do. So I think with her being with Charlotte, maybe that'll help her a little bit. But the one thing I like about Dana is that she's not afraid to try something new. She'll go and do it. You tell her anything you want. Yeah, I'll do it. Sure, no problem. But it wasn't that bad. The setup obviously looks like it's going to be, a program with Becky Lynch and Charlotte. So that's what it looks like to me. I don't know where else to go. I was hoping and praying so much of the Money in the Bank women's thing. But you know what's funny? Ever since I reported that, and it's been going all over the internet, a lot of people are against it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, what? Are you crazy? This has never been done before.
Right.
And I would love to see this.
Yeah.
But for some reason, like a few of the comments I saw, it was they didn't want to see it because, with the ladder or some crap like that. I was like, what? Are you serious? No, do it up, man. Let them girls have fun.
Yeah, and the thing is, they have enough women to do it.
Yeah, they do. They do. And then on top of that, a lot of times when the WWE they do things like that, sometimes they throw in a person they want to see how big of a pop they get. And how they do. And then after, by judging that, they'll say, oh, you know what, this guy will work perfect for this match, or this guy, or this and that. They could have done the same thing with the women. As much women as they have, yes, they could have done this, and it would have been perfect. To me, it would have been perfect. It would have been a good situation. It would have been a good something for like a Dana Brooke, or even Emma if she wasn't hurt, to have that briefcase. And you know how they could, oh my God, they could have gone so far with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So many storylines up there.
Yes. And then on top of it, they could have done anything with it. So, all right, so now on to my segment that I'm going to call it the WTF segment with Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin.
Will this ever end?
It's not the fact of this never ending. It's the fact of what happened.
Yeah.
What? This is your boy, Rick.
I'm pulling off that ladder too. I think the essence went away when I ripped that shirt.
Now, okay, so at first I was like, again with this match.
Yep.
Hopefully this is it. So the match is getting ready to start. Oh my Lord. They even did a video package of this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why? Oh my goodness. So, all right, so it's getting ready to start. Only to see Dolph kick Corbin in the nads, then announces that he has been disqualified and walks out. Really? Mm-hmm. Yes, I did quote with The Miz. Really? There's so many things wrong with this. The biggest, to me, in my opinion, in my point of view, is that Dolph Ziggler is a big crybaby.
Yep.
Rick, come on, man.
What's up, Rick?
Listen, man. Dolph Ziggler needs a push, man. And if he has to
not like this.
If he needs to kick people in the nuts to get there, then so be it. Next time, wear a cup, Baron Corbin. This was ridiculous, though. You got headgear and a mouthpiece. Like, stop making jokes, man. You're not a good comedian. You're a great wrestler. You oversell a lot of times. But you know what? You're not a comedian. It's not funny.
It wasn't.
Fight.
It wasn't.
Fight.
I mean, the thing of it is, he lost a no DQ match, first of all.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to get another match just to kick Corbin in the nads. This was so unnecessary. There was no... Okay, all right, so then what next? All right, you kicked him in the nuts. Well, what are you going to do now?
From what I heard, another rumor that they're going to have a technical match at Money in the
Are you serious?
I was like, oh, not again, please. That's what I heard.
Really?
A technical match.
This was supposed to be the technical match right here.
Yeah, well, that's the setup. They're going to have a technical match at Money in the Bank.
Come on,
this
are you
is never
serious?
End.
Really?
Like, when will it end?
And then what? What's going to happen then?
Baron Corbin needs a good push. I mean, he
needs to get away from Ziggler.
Yeah, and I'm on his bandwagon. I mean, this kid can go places. You know?
Did you say this kid can go places?
This kid can go places.
Oh, kid. I thought he said, man, this kid can go places, man. A kick to the ass can go places? Really?
Well, it can.
Well, obviously it worked because now they got a match at Money in the Bank.
That was just a rumor I heard. I didn't verify nothing.
But you know what? Watch it happen now.
I bet it will.
You just jinxed it, JoJo.
Yeah, I bet it will.
Jesus. But
what do you think, Greg?
Greg, this is your boy. You need to...
You ready to see another one?
I think Baron Corbin, we hardly knew the... It's over for you, bro. You have been buried with Dolph Ziggler and all the other guys. Zack Ryder's, you're not coming out of this, bro. You are done.
Oh, my goodness. This was just bad. Now on to the main event. Ambrose, Sami... What I miss?
Speaking of bad, The Miz is putting the IC title on hold.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Because he's filming.
He's filming.
What is it? The Marine.
The Marine 5000.
Yeah.
Oh my! Why did you let him win? Why did you let him win?
But you know what? WWE has a weird thing to where if one of their superstars is in a movie, that they have to put a title on them. Why? They did it with Sheamus. I mean, think about it. He was filming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they made him heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
And then now the Miz, he's doing the Marine 5000 and whatever, and they put the IC belt on him just to put it on hold. So that means the IC is not going to be on the line on Money in the Bank.
That's what I heard too.
Oh my God! Are you serious?
Yep.
Are we even going to watch this pay-per-view?
We have to. For the people.
For the people. Damn.
We're going to sacrifice our Sunday night
Yeah.
to watch this for you fans out there. We love you at Wrestling POV Podcast.
You heard it here first.
But you know, The Miz actually stuck to his word when he said he could get Naomi into the movies.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. That's right. He
Who
did.
else is? There's like 4 other people.
Yeah, Naomi was one of them. I read about that. I forgot who the other one
There's
was.
3 or 4 of them. I forgot.
It's
Eva
Women?
Marie, I think, too, right?
the Social Outcasts,
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Heath
yes.
Slater, yep.
Maurice, Naomi, and The Miz.
Nice.
Eva Marie wasn't in it.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I didn't see
No.
her picture in that now.
Yeah, that's right. The Social Outcast too. So we ain't gonna even see them on for a while.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Oh,
neat.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo
I
Dallas.
like the.
It's Heath Slater and Bo Dallas, right?
Huh?
And,
Yeah.
and the Axeman.
And,
Oh, all
Chris
3 of
Axel.
them.
Yep,
Oh, wow.
all 3. So, all right. So now on to the main event. Ambrose, Sami Zayn, Cesaro versus Kevin Owens, Jericho, and Del Rio. I mean, this was a decent match. I was expecting a little bit more. They kind of dragged it a little. I mean, it looked like they had a lot of time to kill, so that's why they dragged it. Normally, main events happen like 10 minutes to 11. You know what I'm saying? And they started a lot earlier, and it just seems like they were just dragging this match out a little bit. It was decent, but it wasn't. It just looks like they had a lot of time to kill. And okay, so now oh my God, I'm gonna go straight into this. Jericho, please give your little cousins his freaking shorts back. Them trunks, man. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Speaking of Jericho, Rick, when was the? I think you touched on this a few weeks ago. When was the last time you see Jericho do a lion salt?
You know, I'm glad
He
you brought
did.
that up because I'm going to start a new count. Instead of schoolboys, we're going to see how many lion salts Jericho has missed since WrestleMania. And I'll have that on next week's show. This is ridiculous, man. He can't hit a lion salt for
You're really
Come
gonna
on,
tally that up?
I'm going to tally it up.
Nice.
Yeah,
So, I mean, what do you guys think of this match? I mean, seriously.
it was okay. But
It was all right, right?
I mean, it did drag out.
It did. Rick, what do you think?
I liked it. The Dean Ambrose pinning Kevin Owens, I didn't like.
No?
Nah, I prefer it to be somebody else. I mean, I'm looking at it. Maybe Del Rio takes the pin over Kevin Owens, but
Yeah, I would have.
it's tough.
But sometimes they do that just to make you think, you know, because in my opinion, like I had mentioned before too, is that I thought Kevin Owens was definitely gonna, you know, take this Money in the Bank thing. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that too. So 9 times out of 10, WWE, they'll do something like that just to make you think, oh wow, maybe he can't win it. But it's not about a pin. It's about climbing that ladder and getting that belt too. So, you know, they tend to play with people's minds like that. So, I mean, overall, it was a decent match. Nothing I expected though. So, but the Raw in itself, garbage. Didn't like it at all. Alrighty. So now it is time for Rick's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Take it away, Rick.
Welcome back to Rick Serrano's Wrestling Joke of the Week. Today's joke is this last episode of Monday Night Raw.
Are you serious? Was that?
I'm joking. Even though that's a good one. Today's joke is, how does the Big Show like his steaks?
No clue.
Well...
It's the big show.
It's the big steak.
Big match. Big bad steak tonight.
Oh my lord!
Man.
It took me a second to get, but I got it now.
Well, joke, and you like to send it in to our Facebook page at Wrestling POV Podcast, on Twitter at Wrestling POV, or on Instagram at Wrestling POV1 using the hashtag WPOV jokes, guys. I want to hear from you. Let us know what you think. or even comment about the joke. Did you think it was funny? Did you think it was corny? Did you think you can do better? Prove it to me by putting it in the comment section.
You
gotta
prove it. Gotta prove it. So now we're gonna do the underrated, overrated segment. We're gonna leave that for next week because we're running out of time right now. So Rick, if you can bring in Miguel, bring him out, please. He can get his little 2 minutes. Hey, there he is. All right. So what do you have for us this week, Miguel?
Well, this week on Sunday we're gonna have a SmackDown breakdown.
Sweet.
Yeah, so it's gonna be on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube at Wrestling POV Podcast, and that's about it. And I'm gonna be around. So it's Mr. Rick's birthday. Do you guys want to sing happy birthday to Mr. Rick
Right now?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, go ahead. Start it off, Miguel. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy
I think he's gonna start
birthday,
crying.
dear Rick Serrano the Third.
Excuse me, Tony. You gonna do this to me now?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up the show for today. I am your host, Tony Diaz, along with
The Iceman, JoJo.
and the third wheel,
Rick Serrano, Buffer.
and of course, our intern.
Adios.
All right, stay tuned for next week. It's going to be a good one. Love, peace, and hair grease. We'll see you next week.